Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Taskmaster Tuesday. For this week's Taskmaster Tuesday, there are 5 of us. Previously, we had History Guy Gaming, Everyday's Different, Brother Monroe, and myself. And now we also have Spartan Elite. Link down below in the description for his channel/video. The scenario for today is very interesting. It's created by Brother Monroe, and it goes as follows. It is the Secretary of the Navy has tasked us with developing a new all-purpose class of ships to form the backbone of the U.S. Pacific Fleet in the post-war period. We have been given $100 million each to develop a new class of vessels. It is up to us to choose how to split our budget. We can build 1 ship for the full $100 million, 2 ships for $50 million each, 3 ships for $3.3 million, etc. They must have the maximum range possible. We are each allowed to develop any kind of ship class. You can go battleship, battlecruiser, heavy cruiser, light cruiser, destroyer. This opens up this challenge between all our various YouTube channels for, well, a lot of creativity. You can argue that maybe a battleship is the preferred way to go, and that would be the best all-rounder of sorts. The problem lies, however, in the budget. Because if I were to build a battleship, I don't believe I can get that done for $100 million. I'm going to design the ship to get a feel for what it's going to cost me, and it's $170 million. So it is never going to stay at budget, and I still have to fix the range. This ship is too expensive. It would probably do me very well, as I'm being tested against the Russian Navy, but it is just too expensive. So battleships for me are out. Now the fleet that we're going to be tested against does have a battleship, and a battlecruiser, and 2 heavies, and 4 lights, and 6 destroyers. So the chances that I will lose a ship, depending on what type of ship I go with, are about 100%. I just have to make sure that I sink as many targets as possible before I go down. There are a total of 50 points to be had. Their battleship is worth 20 points, the battlecruiser 8 points, heavy cruiser 4 points, light cruiser 2 points, and destroyer 1 point. So, I would love to sink the battleship because it's a pretty nice, well, not so much easy mayhaps, but it is 20 points up for grabs. On the other hand, sinking 6 DDs with a bunch of secondary guns is also appealing. So I think that you're going to find quite a few differences in approach from the various channels that are participating in this challenge, and I really like that. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other guys come up with. A backbone ship. If I go with a heavy cruiser, what can I get away with? How many? This is 52 million, and I know this is an auto-designed ship, and it's not quite as advanced as I would like it to be. Let's throw a ship together, quickly. And by the way, this ship building phase is going to probably take longer than I normally take, because it is going to be a bit more trial and error than it normally is. Especially with the budgeting in mind. Let's go from Hawks to Shaft to Krupp for Barbette. 2 empty torp, 2 single double bottom reinforced anti-flood, 2 Citadel 4. A heavy cruiser. If I would to build this ship, I'm facing a battleship, and a battleship is pretty much the perfect cruiser killer. So I would have to have something that can either evade or can out-torp the enemy. Preferably both. I don't have to outshoot them, but I do have to outshoot the destroyers. And all of this tech is nice to have, but it's also exceptionally expensive. I'm at 36 million, and that's without a single weapon on my ship. Let's say I were to go for 9-inch armaments. This is 39 million. I would also want to have torpedo tubes. Preferably many. That's 10 tubes per side, 42 million. So I can still boost them a little bit, and I can probably build 2 of these guys. Now I think this is not a terrible idea, going with 2 of these. Because I can still pimp them out a bit, I could up the displacement, make them even larger heavy cruisers. I can tack on quite a lot of armor onto these ships. And I think I could end up with a reasonable ship for just under 50 million, so I would get 2 of them. If I go for a light cruiser, how would that turn out? Modern light cruiser. Main tower. Secondary tower. The thing is, I'm not sure if you would want to have a light cruiser as your, let's say, your backbone ship. There is something to be said for it, because a light cruiser would arguably be fairly easy to mass produce. At least easier than a battleship, and that's why, at least for me, the battleship is out, because it's too expensive. But at the same time, their stay power, their ability to take hits, is very limited. And that's my problem. Their armament also only goes up to 7-inch, which is enough to keep away the light cruiser and maybe the heavy cruiser. But against a battle cruiser, you're going to be struggling with these ships. Ship is overweight. Let's up the displacement. By the way, the maximum, or the very long range is mandated by the scenario, so that's not something I've come up with. Now, something else that I'm struggling with here is the weight. The weight of these ships is making it very difficult to add something like torpedo tubes. Because these things do add up. This is 62 tons per launcher, per side. So expect quite a lot of weight gain here. And that's, yep, there we go. That's 10 tubes, and I have no more weight left for displacement. I have no acoustics. I have standard shells. I have no upgrades here. So much as I would like to build light cruisers, I think it's just not viable. Alright, back to the drawing board. Destroyers. If I were to go for destroyer leaders, so large destroyers, I could try and build something that is a decent mix between a fast ship and a torpedo boat. Range to maximum as mandated. Speed to 50 knots. Because fast ships are notoriously hard to hit in the current version of the game. I would want to have all the buffs to that. And now we're running into something else. The weight. I still haven't added a gun. I still haven't added a funnel. Engine efficiency 78.6. That's pretty good. But it would be nice if the ship actually had armament. So I don't think... Yeah, even if the range is limited, it's not going to work. And this is mandated, so this is not something I can win on. I could up the displacement, and I still run into trouble. So I'd have to go back to 45 knots, which is still very fast for a ship. 45 knots. 5-inch dual barrel. I wouldn't really use this thing in a gunfight. Generation 2 radar. Whoa, that's expensive. Generation 2 radar. I would be able to build not even 5 of these guys because they're too expensive. I would be able to build 4. Which, with the torpedo power that they have and the gunnery that they have, I don't think is going to be sufficient. So I guess it's back to the heavy cruisers. The alternative would be 1 battle cruiser. But that means that you're putting all your guns and torpedo tubes and other eggs into one basket. There is something to be said for it, because it does mean that you don't have to manage as many ships, which is nice. It makes your life a bit easier. At the same time, the ship goes down and you are properly fucked because you can no longer do any kind of damage and not score any kind of points. And seeing as how poorly I did last week with the sink as many convoy ships as possible, I have some catching up to do. Anti-torpedo 3. We're at 52 million. Offsets 7 point... How big could I go? Huh. Go big or go home. We might not be able to afford a battleship, but I can sure as hell upgun a battle cruiser. There, 65 million. That means I still have some cash left. Gen 2 radar. Stereoscopic. Range to max. Bulkheads to max. Crip 4 armor check. What's my turning circle like? Because that's probably not a pretty sight. 13! Almost 1400 meters. Ouch. That's a hell of a turning circle. Now, 1 mega funnel, does that do the no, that does not do the trick. Crap. This thing gives more smoke interference. 93%. That's something I'm willing to accept. Ship's pretty fast at 33 knots. She has her large 18-inch guns, but what she does not have is a secondary armament. And that is something I'm a bit weary of. Because 18-inch guns would be fantastic for killing the battlecruiser, the battleship and the heavies, but not the lights and not the DDs. And I still have to upgrade this stuff, which is going to put me over budget. Or rather, not over budget, but over weight. If I put torpedo launchers on the stern, this would give me a pretty decent broadside torpedo armament. You know what? I think I might go with this kind of a ship. I think I might just hit play after this. I know that this 18-inch is very far off, but it's to balance the two turrets on the bow. There's not really a lot that I can balance here. Secondaries. I would love 8-inch guns because they are very versatile. Useful against light cruisers, against heavy cruisers, and they can almost one-shot a destroyer. I would also want a couple of, maybe not 5-inch, but 4-inch guns, considering the 5s can't fit there. I'm gonna forego any kind of smaller armaments. I'm relying on the 4-inch. Propellant, high TNT. It's just the best overall, and it saves me a bit of weight and costs me a bit more, but that I can afford. Alright, could I put torpedo tubes up here? Or is the bow turret not going to like that? No, it is. It's okay with that. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Right, these can superfire. These can superfire. Very good. Very good. Could I put up a secondary barbette? Yes. Tall barbette for secondaries. It's not 235 tons. I'm not convinced whether it's worth it, but it might allow me to put up another 8-inch. Let's go for all the same barrels, all duals. Here. This gives me quite a lot of firepower on the stern. Now, that gives me 1,400 tons to work with to actually armor up the ship. I would want to be firing at greater range. I don't want to get too close, because getting too close is a surefire way to get yourself killed, especially with the destroyers. So let's go for sonar 3. Oh, over budget. Not sonar 3. I'm going to have to reduce to aux 1. And I might have to go back to something a bit slower. 32 knots. So I have a bit more weight to play around with, so that I can armor up the ship. Let's see. I'll never stop their shells to plunge through my deck. If I fight at about 20-kilometer range, I would need 26 inches of deck armor. Or equivalent. That's still half. Because I have a 110% bonus. So I would need 13 inches of deck armor. Which would definitely put me over the weight limit of the ship. And over budget. So that's not going to be happening. Best I can hope for probably is to sort of reduce the amount of damage that those shells do. I want the turrets to stay operational at all cost. Shit, overweight. Where can I save money? No, sorry, not money. Displacement. I don't want to save on protection. I could go 18 double barrel. That would reduce my firepower a little bit. How much would that save me? 18-inch dual barrels. This is balanced. Check. 3,000 tons. Oh, that's not too bad then. That would allow me to armor up the ship a little better. Potentially get some more tech. So going with AUX 4, for example. The difference between AUX 4 and AUX 1, which could be important for this ship, is that water pumping accelerates, ship repairs are far faster, and your turning rate and acceleration improve quite a lot. And so does your rudder shift, which would allow me to evade torpedoes a little better. My turning circle is probably still not great, but it has dropped to 1119 meters. So this gives me quite a bit of a turning circle to work with. It's still not great, but I'm willing to accept that much. Alright, the conning tower is going to be very important here. So are the turrets, 15 inch. And the turret top. Can we get away with 8 inch? No. 6 inch? Nope. Over budget. Crap. AUX 3? Wow, is that armor really so expensive? 5 inch is too much. I guess I'll just have to take it off the turret itself. 14? Still over budget. 13? Still over budget. 12? Jesus. There. I am not a big fan of the protectability of this, or rather the protected type of this ship. And I won't have any kind of torpedo warning. Oh, that is not good. How much does it save me in ammo reload, or in gun reload? It's currently 44.2 seconds. 52. That's a massive drop. I'd rather outgun them than try to out-tank them, because I'll never be able to do that. And unfortunately, hydrophones 1 and 2 are just obsolete, so I cannot even pick those even if I wanted to. High TNT? Yeah, I can just go for TNT explosives, which just slightly puts me under that 100 million. 5-inch deck armor. I am really concerned about those turrets flying off the ship. Okay, fine. 99.973 million. And we have a displacement of 49,300 tons out of 50,000. If I reduce this a bit, I do get a bit of cash back, which I can then use to armor the ship better. Slightly. Or, hold on, does this make it heavier? A bit. By a few percent. Okay. There. 48,000. 650. That's too much. There. 48,600. Hold. I am 12 tons under my weight limit. And I have about... well... I have a bit more cash left than I would like. But if I click on anything, it's probably going to just put me... oh, not quite. There. I was able to tack on 0.1 inch of the secondaries. Lovely. Alright. We are operating with the Philadelphia. Experimental battlecruiser. And it is going to prove itself. Or at least, hopefully. She carries 18-inch torpedoes, which have a standard propulsion. That is not something I like. But I'm afraid it's something I have to live with. Because everything else is too expensive. Although it's only by 62,000. Hold on. Uh-oh. There. 996,000. Yeah. 4,000 more and you're over budget. At least these torps have a range of 12-1. But they're far less visible. So I'm hoping that I can land a few. And they might only be 18-inch. But have these things impact with a destroyer. And it is usually goodbye destroyer. Alright, Philadelphia. Time to roll out. And prove yourself. Try not to get ammo racked in the first minute of the game, yeah? I have some other YouTubers to beat. Really curious to see what the other guys went with. Okay, hold. Situation. Philadelphia has the entire fleet on her port bow. The fleet appears to be moving west, whereas the Philadelphia is moving east. East-southeast. Okay. I'm seeing destroyers here. These DDs look like they have a few torpedo tubes, just 6. Now this is where the RNG sets in, because the other guys could have completely different designs of ships. But then again, the Navy is looking for an all-rounder for a ship. So you have to make sure that you can either sink, let's say, their capital ships, or, well, whether the capital ships have massive guns, small guns, whether the DDs have a ton of guns or not. You never quite know what you're going to be facing. Is this their battleship or battle cruiser? I think this is their battle cruiser. No, hold on, they have 2 heavy cruisers. It's their heavy cruiser. That's it. It's their heavy cruiser. Okay. I imagine they're not quite in torpedo range at this point. No, they're 14 clicks out. Alright, the primary target, I think, should be one of the bigger ships. The DDs are going to smoke up the moment that I hit play. So that's not quite going to work out for me. The secondaries and mains can target this ship. I know that's not necessarily the biggest threat. But at the moment, it's the closest target, which I can probably still reliably or fairly reliably hit. Let's just let the game play out for a bit. 8-inch secondaries are opening up. Return fire inbound. Philadelphia, we're going to increase the range. I would love to engage those heavy cruisers and get a few points that way, just from outside their operational range. Oh crap. Philadelphia's already on fire. That's a great start. What? What? Whoa. Yep. Okay. 1 down. Now, there is a scoring system. I think this is a heavy cruiser, considering that they have 2 of this type. And they only... Let's see, this is the exact same build, right? Turret. No, this is a 5-turret ship. This is a 4-turret ship. Crap, what did I sink? This is a 5-turret ship? I need to know this. Ah. I sunk a 5-turret ship. It was a light cruiser. Because they do have 4 light cruisers. So the 18-inch shells just blew away a light cruiser. Great start. I like it. Alright, mark it up. I have sunk 1 light cruiser. Okay, next target. I believe should be this next light cruiser. Light cruisers aren't really worth that much, they're just 2 points. We all gotta start somewhere. Damage to the main tower. That's 7-inch shell fire. Hitting the main tower. We're fighting at what? 12,000 meter range? You'd think that you'd be able to handle that. Maybe I'm too optimistic about my chances. Philadelphia is still on fire, but it's... well, it's only 2 compartments. It's not that serious. Let's angle a bit more. I would love to get those bow guns involved, but it's going to be a trade-off. I open up more of the ship to attack. Accuracy is about 2%. So chance to hitting is not great. Oh, and he's smoking up. Okay, so now I can properly identify what's what. Light cruiser, light cruiser, light cruiser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DDs. Check. That means that you are probably a heavy cruiser. And so are you. And that would leave you as their battleship. And that would leave you as the battle cruiser. Right? No. Wrong. This is a 4-turret ship. This might be their battle cruiser. Or, hold on. They have casemate guns. This thing does not. So either they went with an older design for a battle cruiser, or they went with a newer design for their battleship. Either way, I cannot quite tell what I'm looking at. But I'll definitely not try to fire at these guys, because it's not worth it. They're all smoked up. Very hard to hit. Structural integrity in Philadelphia is 99%. Come on, Philly. We got work to do. And lots of it, judging by the amount of Russians out here. Yeah, it's all the DDs out there. I really don't like the DDs and the light cruisers being between me and them. Identification, 30%. The sooner I know exactly what their armament is, the better I can prepare for it. Accuracy versus a larger ship that's not in smoke is significantly better. So if I just give myself the opportunity to fire a few more guns that way, I might get lucky again and inflict another massive hit. In fact, I've already hit this guy. Identification 26%. Judging by the amount of damage that I'm doing, I think I might kill another ship before I actually get a full ID. Which would mean I have to start using the process of elimination. So, more or less going, okay, I did sink that. I didn't quite see that, so the thing that I sunk must be that ship. If that makes any kind of sense. Let's speed things up a little. Is their warship still firing that battleship? Oh, no, you. Ooh, looks like we hit him squarely on the turret. Looks like I'm getting 2 turrets into this fight now, not 3. Oh, flooding. And fire. Good work. Yep, there we go. That's the 3rd turret. Now, as I mentioned, I'm risking exposing the ship to more fire, but I'm also allowing myself to do more damage. Looks like one of the destroyers just took a chunk of damage. Good work. Flooding. Slowing down. Slowing down is dead. This one seems to have enough bulkheads to cancel out the flooding. Ooh, that looked close. I do have torpedo range. Might as well. Just in this general direction. Maybe not so much this target though, because it's heading the wrong way. That guy right there. Torpedoes, 2 sets, out. Alright, I'm going to try and maintain course. Also because I don't really want to throw off my aim. Both on the main guns and the secondaries. And I don't want to give these guys any kind of ideas saying, hey, I just changed course, maybe I dump torpedoes in the water. That is not part of this plan. 45%, 44, 46, DD 72. This guy's limping away. He still seems to be taking on water. Look at that list. That is not a happy destroyer. But it is indeed a happy battle cruiser, because it means that there is one less torpedo threat. Bingo! Another fire. Good work. That's a big chunk of damage that we just took out of that ship. 431. Now I'm seeing quite a bit of damage. Oh, we're still pecking away at this guy. It's the 8-inch guns which are working him over. I'm seeing engine 1, or sorry, engine 3 damaged, engine 3 repaired. But it seems to be repaired and then it instantly gets damaged again. Light cruiser almost identified. Probably not a light cruiser though, because I think I already sunk one. There we go! One DD is dead. Nice. Next DD, this guy right here. And this guy is still on fire. We have another salvo in the air. 57%, 58, 60. Looks like these are gonna completely miss. That's alright. We've already done a ton more damage to you than you have done to us. 88% on the DD. The DDs are all doing donuts at this point. Look at them. Turn, 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 turn. To what end? I don't know. Guess they just like to turn. Another 8-inch shell hits the torpedo boat. Oh, that was the DD that I just sunk. Alright, we got an ID on the light cruiser Mikhail Kuchezov. 7-inch guns, no torpedoes. Low threat. DDs. Nevny, Azard, and a few yet to identify. Torpedoes, range 14.4, potential threat. Sonar, Hydro 3. Okay. That's bad news for you. Sonar 3, that's bad news for me. I have torpedoes out. But it's anybody's guess where those are at this point. Oh, here they are. The rest of them... 74... No, I don't know enough about them. Why do these guys intend on circling? At 25 knots. No less. That's quite slow for a light cruiser, especially if they can do 31. How far away am I from this fight? 21 kilometers from that larger ship, and 12.1 from the light cruiser. Ah, we also got an idea on the other light cruiser. Hold on. And there must be another one. Is that you? Yeah, this has to be the third light cruiser. A light cruiser is not terribly valuable. They're only 2 points. So I have scored a whole 3 points, which is really not that impressive. There is no time limit for this battle. Which is going to help me, because I can just slug it out for a while. Can I count on those torpedoes to do anything for me today? Well, maybe. The Gaidamak has not yet detected the torpedoes, which I can't blame him for. Because these are electric torps. And their range is now 1.2. Gaidamak doing 26 knots and turning to starboard. Still no identification of the torpedoes. Still no spotting. I wonder how far the Gaidamak's going to turn. Range? 900 meters. No spotted. Nothing. Ooh, this could be juicy. This could be really juicy, and otherwise it might hit the Courage. Yeah, I think Gaidamak's heading out of the way. 700 meters. They still haven't spotted them. .600 meters. Still haven't spotted them. 500. 400. There. Gaidamak has detected the torpedoes at the range of 400 meters. That gives them almost no warning. No chance to evade. Let's switch fire to that target. And I want my secondaries on the Kuchezov. We already have a 5% chance to hit. I'm thinking that this guy might not be that much of a threat. This guy's definitely closer. At, what is that? 16 clicks. Somebody with 14-inch guns hits my ship, doing damage to the turret. I think that's one of the bigger risks that I'm taking. If the turret gets destroyed, I'm gonna have flash fires, and that's gonna expand throughout the whole ship. Oh! Nah, they're not gonna run that long, are they? They're 12-1. They're probably gonna run out. At least I would expect them to. If they are not, then this ship might just clear these. I always find it quite difficult to spot exactly which torpedoes are a risk to the ship and which ones are not. Ah, they detected the torps, turning to starboard to evade. This could actually be quite potent. Just don't blow up in front of the ship because you run out of fuel. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Hit him in the rudder. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh! Torpedo hit. What? 63 damage? Minimum bulkhead. Oh, second torpedo. What the hell? 59 damage? I know I'm firing 18-inch torpedoes, but come on. Oh, you got anti-torpedo 5. Yeah. Doesn't quite make him immune to torpedoes, but it's definitely not too far off. Unfortunately for them, they're not quite immune to flooding. And it looks like the Orenburg is... Yep, they're taking flooding on a third compartment and potentially a fourth. Buoyancy is dropping fast. There goes the engine, as one of the compartments starts damaging the engine. Those torpedoes might not have done a lot of damage. But damage over time is sure as hell hurting this guy. How's your anti-flood? Anti-flood 3. So once they have managed to seal the bulkheads, they will probably be able to do some damage control. 23%. Jeez, you took a big hit. Now, we are within torpedo range of the DDs. I'm just hoping to finally put the battlecruiser down, because that is a lot of points. That's 8 points for the battlecruiser. The battlecruiser has 14-inch guns, which is something that I'd rather get rid of early. Ooh, flooding on the bow. 2 compartments. Get shredded by the 18-inch. 11%, 12%, 9%, 8, 5, 2, and gone. Sold to Philadelphia. 1 battlecruiser. Might need some patching up. Alright. That is a good kill. Now I'll start working on... Yeah, this is not a big threat. This is a 12-inch battleship. Radar 1, stereoscopic rangefinder 4. Let's go bully over some heavy cruisers. And in the meanwhile, just torpedo the Kirch. Torpedoes away. I still have plenty of ammunition. I still have no time limit. Even if I did, I have only spent less than half an hour on this battle so far. So everything is looking like it's going very well. Heavy cruiser is a bit more difficult to hit than a battle cruiser. At the same time, if you hit one of these things once, it's probably gonna kill him. Maximum bulkheads. It's a bit more immune to flooding. And anti-flood 1. So they'll flood less quickly because they have the bulkheads. But their weakness lies in their inability to, there we go, to pump out the water. And it looks like Sviataya Natalia has 2 damaged engines, is burning in several compartments, in fact, and is flooding. There. The compartments on the bow are no longer burning. The flooding could continue. Ooh. She's not looking too good. Oh, look at that sunshine behind her. Oh, wow. That is magnificent. You can just turn these into wallpapers. Desktop wallpapers. Sviataya Natalia. 10% buoyancy. Come on, girl. Flood some more. I mean, your stern's pretty much underwater already. Might as well finish the job. Something continues to do damage to me. Oh, it's the battleship with the 12-inch. Fine. Fine, we'll sink the battleship. Are those torpedoes anywhere in the neighborhood? I haven't changed course. There they are. Looks like there's not really too many ships heading towards the area where I did send my torpedoes to. Oh, hold on. Torpedoes launched. No launch. No launch. No launch. We're gonna do a full turn. Hard to starboard. I'm gonna commence a full 180-degree turn, which is gonna pull my guns off of the target for a bit of time. But I'm not too worried. Now the Kniaz Suvorov, many bulkheads. She's actually running a little low on shells. Reduced ammo complement? Yeah, reduced complement. So that means that she is not going to be firing unless she is very confident about her accuracy. Which I don't see happening anytime soon. We're probably out of bow turrets. Yeah, the bow turrets are turning. Ever so slowly. I still haven't fired a single 4-inch shell. Which is good, because it means that they didn't get into 9.6 kilometer range or fewer. Torpedoes here. Yeah, unless the Azart makes a big mistake, I don't see it happening. Range 12-1. So there are some ships in torpedo range, but awfully few of them. Alright. Still not firing. The heavy cruiser has the biggest guns, I think, at 9-inch. Natalia is not terribly accurate. 6.7. Slavarossi is at 9.4 and continues to fire. Maybe she's going to need a bit of attention. The Azard has not spotted the torpedoes. But, oh, now she has. She's making a starboard turn to try and avoid. And she's turning. Miss one. Hit the second. Now, 18-inch won't immediately blow up a DD, but sinking will. Ship sunk. Second DD down. Nice work. So far, Philadelphia is living up to spec. Range 10.6 on the on the light cruisers, which means that I can now just send another salvo of torpedoes that way. Starboard launcher. Previous salvo was from the port, so the starboard launcher should be eager to go. If they're still operational. This one looks a bit scarred. Nope, it's operational. Excellent. Now, I'm getting quite close. Time to veer off a bit. I really want that battleship. That's worth 20 points. 4-inch are now opening up. Target, light cruiser. Mikhail Kuchezov. 4-inch guns at a range of about 9. It's not even listed, but they probably cannot pen much. They can pen 4 inches of belt armor, so let's say about 2 at that range. They have more, but not that much more. So while the 4-inch might be able to scare him off, I think the actual damage is going to come from the 8-inch guns. And if I can just sort of kite them along with me, I might be able to torpedo a bunch of them. Hit. Ship's on fire. Didn't do that much damage, unfortunately. But I still have plenty of shells where that came from. Now, by the time that you're watching this, which is going to be another one of those premiere vids, those are not live, by the way. It's just a way that everybody who's happening to be watching them at the same time can interact through chat. I'll be away, so I won't be at my PC, but I might be able to watch parts of it. I'll try to be active in chat, but if I'm not here, then this is why. Kuchezov so far avoiding most fire. Torpedoes? Here. There's the spread. Could be a problem for the DDs if they manage to make a poor course correction again. Slavarossi is now moving ahead of the very heavily damaged Sviataya. What's their speed on the Sviataya? 9 knots. Okay. Not a big risk. Hold on. That sounded like a torpedo launch. Is that possible? No, no, no. No. I think it's not. It's not one of mine? No, I must have misidentified that sound. Accuracy looking quite good. 7.5%. Can we get anything? No. And this is where we run into the limitation of only 6 barrels. Let's slow her down to full speed instead of flank. Get a bit more accuracy on those guns. The light cruisers are... well, it's not like I can completely safely ignore them, but I don't really expect too much of them. No hits. Torpedoes are running towards the fill-in. That's a negative. This battle is just going to take a bit. Nice. Hit on the Kuchezov. No serious damage. That was serious damage. More fire on the Knyaz Suvorov. And once again, the Mikhail Kuchezov is smoking up. Great. Oh crap, we're running low on the 8-inch. That is not good. Because I'm pretty much relying on the 8-inch guns to do damage against the light cruisers. Somewhat against the destroyers, but it's definitely more so against the light cruisers. Now, if I lose my battle cruiser, I lose 16 points. So I'm thinking that once I have completed the sinking of the heavy cruiser and the battleship, I might actually stop. Because sinking a light cruiser is worth 2 points, and the light cruisers can be gotten rid of pretty easily, but the destroyers are only worth 1 point each. And I don't think it's worth risking a ship worth 16 points if I can trade that for just 6 points. The risk reward isn't there. Kniaz has taken a few more damaging hits. Accuracy is now 9.2%. Looking really good. And meanwhile, the 8-inch gun has been able to do some damage against the light cruisers, but it's negligible. Only the Mikhail Kuchezov has an engine damaged. The other ones are fine. 200 rounds left on the 8-inch gun. I'm going to keep that thing firing until it runs dry. And I want to torpedo the Gaidamak. Torpedoes away. I'm thinking that the Kniaz might soon lose an engine. Unfortunately, I haven't hit her amidships yet. Slowing that thing down would make it even easier to sink her. Now, she has a displacement of 34,350 tons. And that is definitely lighter than the battle cruiser that I'm using. Oh, speaking of, I just lost my rudder. This is where RNG becomes a factor. Because if I'm facing this guy at 34,000 tons, and History Guy Gaming is facing, let's say, a cruiser, a battleship of 130,000 tons, it is more difficult to balance out the points in the score. So this is why I'm more of a fan of fighting transports or all fighting the same sort of fleet composition with just 1 or 2 ships. Because it just reduces the amount of RNG that you can impact, or that can impact the outcome. Kniaz is down to 16.7 out of 28.5. Okay, good. Now the torpedoes should be arriving in a minute or 2. Here. Unfortunately, the Kuchezov is damaged. I know that's weird to say. Unfortunately, the enemy ship is damaged. Oh dear, whatever shall we do? Keep firing. There. Good damage against the Gaidamak. Flooding and engine damage. They do have anti-flood 2. And they have standard amount of bulkheads. At least it's no instant instant evaporation of that light cruiser. $82 rounds left on the 8-inch. We're going to see that gun actually run dry. Now, to be fair, they have been doing a lot of work. The amount of damage that they've inflicted, 1,300. It pales to the 10,000 damage of the 18-inch guns. But they have been successful at, I think, slowing down the other ships, like the light cruisers, so that those 18-inch guns can actually do damage after. Torpedoes. Here. Oh, they've already long passed. Gaidamak flooding again. Kuchezov, engine damaged. That Slavarossi keeps doing damage to me. The 7-inch guns are fairly lackluster in damage output, 5.5, but the 9-inch are doing 12, 13. 12, 13 again, 20, 15. Once this guy's gone, or maybe even before this guy's gone, the Slavarossi is going to be targeted. She's also running a little low on shells. Nice. 8-inch, out of ammo. Crap. Fuck it, we're sinking this heavy cruiser. I've had enough of that thing. I still have 286 shells for the main guns. The heavy cruiser's not worth terribly much, but it's the one that keeps doing structural damage to the ship. 1%? Come on. Ooh. It's pretty dreadful. Are you maneuvering? Oh, she's making a hard turn. Right. How's the Kutuzov? She's been slowed down. Kutuzov's doing 20 knots. I might be able to hit that one. %. This is possibly going to be one of those hits that instantly blows the ship away if it hits. Because it's 18-inch high explosive ammunition. If it hits you, it's bound to blow you into bits. Kutuzov, incoming. 18-inch volley. Looks decent. Missed. Oh, close though. Now I'm thinking that this ship might disappear before I would able to land torps. So, no torps for you. Another salvo flies out. Again, missing the light cruiser. Oh, crap, you're smoking up. Does that mean that you're going to do it too? This one is. Alright, keep going. %8.5%. No, looks to be too far to the stern. Ooh! Hoo-hoo! I was wrong there. Light cruiser sunk. That was 8,262 damage against one light cruiser. That is the kind of stuff that I want to see. Where is your other heavy cruiser? Ooh, all the way over there. Okay, we're gonna have to go and collect that one later. Target Slavarossi. And we're gonna get closer. Whoa, 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 whoa. I detected enemy torpedoes. Currently just the 1, 2... Must have been fired a long time ago, because that's a widespread. So one of those DDs either got into range, or somebody else has a present. Maybe the heavy? The heavy does have the range for it, the DDs don't. And the DDs wouldn't launch if the light cruisers are in front of them. It's too dangerous. See if I can still land torps on the Kurch or the Gaidamak, or both. I really struck out with that battleship. That guy not pushing me is making it a lot more easy for me. Slava's turning again. Not really expecting my 4-inch guns to do much against the light cruiser. And they keep turning. I do want to dump them, the torps. Because there is still some stuff behind it. The DDs seem to be closing in on me. Four-inch guns are now doing some damage to the Kurch. Maybe I should finish the Gaidamak first. Current range, 7 clicks. 9.2 versus the DD. Come on, guys. Start taking hits, will ya? Chance to hit on the main battery is pretty poor. What if I target the Gaidamak? Is that easier? Because she's been slowed down? She's doing 21 knots. 10% chance to hit. I'm accepting that chance. That's pretty much one of those blow-away shots again. Oh, she's refusing to fire. Ooh. Yep, gone. Good shot. Next target, Kirch. Kirch is in the smokescreen. Cancel Kirch. Torpedoes launched by Nevny. Philly, it's time to move away. Yep, there it is. Main battery on the Slava. Secondaries also on the Slava. I don't know how much a 4-inch gun can do at that range, though. Here are the torpedoes. Damn destroyers. Oh, hold on. The Kniaz is now much closer. That might be a decent target to go for. This guy's out of torpedoes. Huh. They're all vaping up again. %13% chance to hit the battleship. A few more hits and she's gone. Nevny just took a hit from the 4-inch. Could we dump torpedoes in the water against the DDs with the port launcher? Oh shit. Philly has just launched her last salvo of torpedoes. Oh no, this is going to be a problem. Cue the torpedo beats. 2 hits. Okay. That caused my rudder to get jammed. That sucks. Because with a jammed rudder, avoiding any future torpedoes is going to be much more difficult. This is where the auxiliary engine comes in. This is where I'm going to need my repairs fast. I'm not too worried about the flooding. It's only going to make the repairs a little more difficult, I think. So which fuckers was that? Give me any of them. Nevny still has 3 torps. It's also going to make hitting these DDs a lot more difficult. Because I keep doing circles, which gives my gunnery very little time to react. There's another set of torpedoes, but now I'm maneuvering so unpredictably that they probably cannot do much. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry, those are my torps. I thought I was never going to be able to avoid that wall, and I probably wouldn't be. Whew, they're outbound. Not a big threat. 4-inch guns impacting Nevny. Philadelphia's main battery is still building a ladder. Still trying to figure out what exactly they need to be targeting, or how they need to be targeting that battleship. Really? Do you want attention or something? The torpedo screen is now moving towards the DDs. I'm hoping that it's going to catch this one. Because the other one doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. It's just sitting there. Nevny is actually taking some fairly serious damage now. Structural down to 74. And I'm expecting to actually damage a module soon. Oh! The Dostoyevsky has started moving. That is a terrible timing. It's all going to come down to how effective the rudder and the commanding of that ship is. Ah, she's fine. Alright, I still have a damaged rudder. Does it turn both ways? Somewhat. I can turn port a lot harder than I can turn starboard. Great. Fuck, did you just send torpedoes at me, Nevny? Yep, they did. I got a bit too close to the enemy. 18% chance to hit the battleship. Come on. So it's down to 17%. 18-inch shells. Flood that ship out or just blow it to bits. Nevny is falling back. This time she does have a damaged engine. Uh-oh. I don't really see myself being able to avoid this much. Well, maybe. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't hit him in the rudder. Okay, I'm fine. There's another torpedo in the water. This time, Fidonye. Sorry, Fidonisi. Kniaz burning 2 compartments. But I think she might have enough damage to be saturated in a few compartments. Target. 4-inch guns. These DDs are worthless in points. It's just 1 point each. Torpedoes here, torpedoes there. You know what? I'm gonna keep turning. I really don't want to stick out this fight. This one's out. This one still has 3. This one has 6. This one's out. Okay, so slowly but steadily the torpedoes are not becoming that numerous anymore. Good. Destroyed casemate, fire. Smoke screen's getting in the way. Steady course if you can. We only got 162 shells left for the 18-inch. My constant maneuvering is making it difficult for the 18-inch to actually get a good amount of accuracy built up. There you go. Fire and flooding. She's down to 2%. That was a big hit. 354. Buoyancy's dropping fast. She's flooding in 3 compartments. Sorry, 2 compartments. Shit. At this point it doesn't matter much. Gotcha. Battleship sunk. But I'm not in the clear with these torps. I'm hoping I can fit between these. But I probably can't because I hesitated. Yeah, got hit. Deservedly so. Now we're gonna get rid of this heavy cruiser here. This thing has been alive for way too long. Guns accurate, 7%. 4,500 rounds left on the 4-inch guns. One of those things hit the Sviataya, she's gone. The ship is already so deep in the water. Look at that, the turrets are almost submerged. And it seems like the bow is the part where the flooding has been happening. That seems to be the most impacted. Maintain course at 27 knots. This is turning into a long video. Whoa. The Slavarossi ran out of ammo. No more 9-inch ammo. Congratulations, you're now a DD. Alright. How much damage did she actually do? I wonder. Slava. 319. Well done. Well done. You almost contributed to the fight. Can we get rid of this thing, please? She's been harassing me for a while, and I'm done with it. Anyway, points-wise, I have scored 20 points for a battleship, 8 points for a battle cruiser, that's 28. Sunk 3 light cruisers. Sorry, no. Yeah, I sunk 3 light cruisers for 6 points total. So that is 34, and I sunk 2 DDs for 36 points. I am very much hoping that I can get the 50. The full 50 points for this week. So after last week, I have some catching up to do. I'm gonna start saving ammo. Are you still confident you can hit that? Because I kind of doubt it. Hold. Please don't tell me that Slavarossi is fucking off. 15, 1, 15, 2. I'm gonna have to sail all the way. Oh, hello. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to sail all the way back just to get back to the other cruisers there. But I considered this ship pretty much out of the fight, so I ignored it. And I shouldn't have. The DDs. 2 of them are limping around. Most of them don't really care. You know what's coming, right, Sviataya? It's going to be the end of the road for you very soon. Almost 30% chance to hit her. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Even if I maneuver, I won't be able to avoid those. Sviataya definitely not out of the fight, but she is now. Extensive fire. Okay, so that's a heavy cruiser sunk. 4 points. That's gonna eat the torpedo midships. Engine damage. Lovely. Alright. Maintain pressure on the DD. 4-inch guns only. I hope that I can even catch these guys, because it seems like they're just completely leaving the battlefield. And I'm reduced to 21 knots. Jeez, it's gonna take me a while. No, 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 no. Even if you have... Oh, you have a 13% chance to hit that, though. Whoa. No, I need those last 62 shells to sink the other 2 cruisers. We'll just have to get rid of the DDs using the 4-inch, and we still have plenty of those left. Starboard side. Looks like they took one of them out. Am I still gonna have to evade torpedoes here? Not from you. Not from you. Not from you. And not from you. Okay, so the answer is pretty much no. No, I will not have to deal with the torpedoes anymore. Range 14.9. This one is dead in the water. 3 damaged engines. Serious flooding. Rudder damaged. Look at the amount of impact that she took to the side of that hull. And I think that was all 4-inch. Because an 18-inch shell is pretty much the size of the ship. Nah, it's not quite that bad. But it is definitely a bigger hole than the things you've been seeing so far. Port side secondaries opening up on the fill-in. Now, I'd say for now, the test drive of the Philadelphia-class battlecruiser is very successful. She does need to work on her captaining, because I have been neglecting my duties to avoid torpedoes. Other than that, I'd say she performs admirably. Having sunk a battleship, a battlecruiser, a heavy cruiser, 3 light cruisers and 3 destroyers. I'd say that is pretty effective. 2 clicks here, 2.7 there. Target the Dostojny. She's quick to take flooding. 3 compartments flooding on her bow. Rudder damaged. Both engines are damaged. Fire, flash fire even. And she's inside of a smokescreen. But the 4-inch guns are putting out so much fire that they don't seem to care much. You and your smokescreen. Range on the light, 7.5 clicks. What are you guys doing? Are you trying to get a look at the Philadelphia up close? There you go. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to ram it. This is going to be problematic. Because that's going to hurt me a lot more. No! No! I don't want to... Shoot! Shoot! Get off. Fuck me, that almost sunk the Philadelphia. And which asshat is launching torpedoes at me? Slavarossi. Has to be. Oh, it's coming back! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I seriously don't wanna. Get off, get off, get off. Shit. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Like I said, the ship's good. The captain needs some work. That cost me a lot of points. Alright, adding up. I got 20 points for the battleship, 8 points for the battle cruiser, 4 points for the heavy cruiser, we're at 32. 2 points each for the light cruisers, that's 38. And 3 points for the destroyers for a total of 41 points. However, I managed to fuck up and lose the battle cruiser, which is worth 16 points. So I end the week with a measly 25 points. Oh no. And here I was thinking, you know what? This week's mine, and I'm gonna get the 25 points, or I'm gonna get the full 50 points. But I got overzealous and overconfident like I used to, and I managed to ram the DD. And in Alpha 7.5, ramming something that is lighter than you, unlike what you might expect, is more dangerous to you than it is to the lighter ship. Because otherwise, I think I would have just cut that ship in two, simply by ramming it. Because that was a what, 5,000 ton DD, if that. And I managed to ram it with a very heavy battle cruiser, but not enough. Anyway, I hope you guys got a good laugh out of that one. I really need to work on not getting too overconfident, but it just keeps happening. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out the other challenges by the other guys. Links down below in the description. And I shall see you guys next week for another Taskmaster video.